I'm back.
What's up, everyone, and welcome to Project XTalk, an Xbox podcast, episode number 59. I'm your host, Kevin, aka the Muffin Man, and today I'm joined by Tom and Garrett. How you guys doing?
I'm doing great.
I'm doing pretty good. You know, we got a long weekend ahead of us. We got some good turkey tomorrow. Whew, can't wait.
Absolutely. Well, not the turkey for me. I don't partake in such things. But remember, guys, if you like Xbox and video games in general, make sure to join us every week here on YouTube, usually live Thursdays at 5 p.m. Obviously, last week we had a change in schedule, and this week is Thanksgiving here in the United States. So again, change in schedule. We're doing it on Wednesday. But that means audio listeners, you'll probably be hearing this on Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving and enjoy the podcast. If you could, head over to whatever podcast service you're on, like, share, subscribe, rate us over on Apple. It really does help us grow the show.
But before you jump into the show,
all right,
you brought him not liking turkey, and I have to mention this real quick. You don't eat turkey, or are you a vegetarian or something?
Oh, I'm vegan. I think we've mentioned this
What?
Before, actually. Yeah.
I don't remember this at all. I feel like I
No.
would remember this.
I believe we have.
I believe
So I
so.
talked about how I went for tried vegan months, and he was like, "Oh, that I'm vegan." I'm like, oh, aha.
Okay, that makes sense. I'm sorry, I had to bring it up. I thought you were hating on the turkey.
Oh no, man! I used to love turkey. Thanksgiving used to be my jam. Getting the turkey, I used to put mashed potatoes and corn on top of the turkey in some sort of crazy, stacked combination, and then eat it all one big bite. Get all of it in together.
Do you get those tofu turkeys they sell at the grocery store?
No, tofurkeys are disgusting. Don't get tofurkeys.
Yeah, because when I do a Friendsgiving every year, and we have our one friend is vegan, so every time we go there, we just make sure we bring something that everyone can eat. And we've never had that, so I always wondered what it was. Now I know why it was never brought, because it tastes like trash.
Yeah, it's trash. Field roasts are pretty good if you're looking for an actual alternative. But no, I mean, I'm going to the girlfriend's family. I think I'm gonna get made some sort of vegan shepherd pie, which I'm pretty excited about. So I'm down with that. But yeah, everyone enjoy your Thanksgiving, and let's get into the show. Let's talk about some games. We got almost no news to talk about this week, but as we do each and every week here on Project XTalk, we start the show by asking one simple question, and that question is, what you playing? So Tom, I'm gonna start with you. What you been playing?
All right, so this has been more of an interesting week for me. I honestly have not had much game time at all, but the games that I have played are at least really interesting. So I'm going to talk about the first one, GTA 5. So I recently downloaded GTA 5 again on my PC after a very long time, and I downloaded what they call GTA 5 RP, which is a role-playing server. And I've been having a blast with that. So my character in the game, this is what I'm role-playing as. I play as a 50-year-old Mexican drug dealer. And that's what I role-play as the entire time. It's the funnest thing ever. You go through alleyways, sling your little drugs to other players.
What's your name? What's your name in the game? Did you come up with a creative name?
His name is Fernando Martinez. He abandoned the American dream a long time ago, and now he slings crack on the streets. I've been having such a blast with this though. It's obviously a lot of it is role playing, but there's a lot of heavy modding involved that actually allows you to actually interact with everything that you guys are playing with. I've been arrested a couple times, and
but yeah, how does that work? Because I only played GTA 5 online twice after it first came out.
Yes.
So I am not an expert, but wouldn't the cop RPer be able to see you slanging RPing up and down the sidewalk, literally a mile away?
No, they have to physically see it. If their character's not near you, they can't. They're not like a computer system where they know you just did something bad. So I've been caught multiple times because I'm not really that slick,
Dude,
You probably shouldn't do it out in
the
public.
best guy.
do cops go undercover and try to bust you? Because that would be hilarious to me if like there was a role playing group of cops that send like one of their GTA characters undercover and then they
Sting
all like
operation.
do a sting operation. That would be hilarious.
I haven't seen that like for myself, but there's like a lot of YouTube videos, and I have seen like sort of similar examples to that. It's just so much fun and randomness to be had in that. I really wish they had something similar to that, like on console, because I would much rather play on my Xbox instead of my PC, which is kind of trashed now. But besides that game, I've been playing. I recently purchased Skater XL. So one of my favorite games of all times is like Skate 2 and Skate 3, and I really I really wanted to play a new skateboarding game. So I downloaded Skater XL. I would say it's more underdeveloped than Skate because it doesn't really have a story. It doesn't have an actual fluid challenge system or much of anything else to do besides actually just skating. So unless like you appreciate skating for what it is, you might not enjoy this title.
Mm-hmm.
But the controls is what really keeps me engaged with this one. Have you ever played Skate?
Yeah, I played Skate 1 briefly. Not like I played Tony Hawk a bunch as a kid though.
Okay. What about you, Garrett? Do you ever play Skate?
I only have one amazing memory of that game. And like it was Skate 2, I believe. It was at my buddy's house and he was playing horse, right? Multiplayer.
Yeah.
And I like first time picked up the controller, I somehow did like a double backflip Christ Air 360 something or other and landed it perfectly. And that was the only trick I ever landed in that game.
But how did it make you
First
feel?
time I picked up, amazing. Amazing.
Exactly.
If I'm still talking about it to this day, like decade and a half later, astounding. Because like the trick system is so much more complex in that game.
Exactly.
It is definitely not just X and over.
So, and that's what like a lot what Skater XL is, but it increases the difficulty by just that much more compared to Skate. Where Skate, you have to rely on the right thumbsticks to start doing all your tricks, all your flips, grabs, and whatnot. In this one, both thumbsticks actually play a huge role in it, and they control one leg each. So it makes it a lot more difficult because now you have to
way too complicated.
Yeah, it is really like. So I've seen some of the crazy tricks that you can pull off in this game, and I'm like, I'm never doing that. That's a lot of that looks really complicated. He moved his what? How did he do that? What?
Speaking of complicated movements, for an indie classic, did you guys ever play Manual Samuel?
I never even heard of that.
I've never even heard of this.
Oh my god, it is the worst game ever. It's a game that you buy to watch your friends play on the couch.
Why?
Because Manual Samuel, it's a story about a guy who got like his soul taken by the devil, and before it you could do everything manually because we're an automatic human being. But after like the soul gets taken, you have to do everything. Like there's one stick for your left leg, one stick for your right leg. Then you got to switch over and like press X if you want them to now be your arms. You now got to remember that LB is your blinking, otherwise your screen will start to get fuzzy. And then if you want to talk, you got to like wet your mouth, then like use your vocal cords and shit. It was horrible. Like everything. It was horrible. The whole game was actually just you getting up and to work, and then you died again and you had to like fight Satan that way. But
see, I'm not gonna lie. You explain that whole thing, and I still have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, I have no idea what this game.
Manual Samuel, it's like a game where like there's a button for every part of your body. Even blinking, like every part of the body.
That seems.
Is it like an
it's
advanced
horrible.
version of that? It's an advanced version of that. Was the ASW game?
Oh, WSAD, yeah. The one that you run.
It could be. I never played that, or I never heard about that one. But yeah,
it's like a
Manual
web
Samuel.
game.
Look it up.
That's like a web game where you have to.
You have to run on the track.
Yeah.
You have to run on the track.
I googled it. It looks like Manual Samuel. I can tell just from the character model. It's 100% based on that web game where you have to move each body part individually and try to run the track.
I want to say I have beaten that game, but I never actually beaten it like fully running. I just sort of like, huddle up
hobbled.
and down, yeah, until I make it to the very
Sort
end.
of look like some weird wolf thing going on. Yeah.
Garrett, you say this game is awful. Google tells me 93% like this video
Really,
game.
93%. That's astounding.
It's got a
And
68 on Metacritic. It's
I don't
got
mean like it's awful. I mean just like the whole game is like if you probably did it, you could do it perfectly in half an hour.
this game's from 2016. Wow.
Yeah, but it's like 20-hour experience because like it is so hard.
Yeah,
I remember brushing your teeth was like a boss.
4 out of 10 on
Because like you could
Square.
stab your cheek or choke yourself at any time.
100% of users like this game on Humble
Really?
Bundle.
Low key, I found a sleeper hit.
Sleeper hit, yeah. Everyone, go check out Manual Samuel or don't. Maybe it depends on if you want to suffer.
Yeah, like it's a high suffrage game. I'll put it that way. I never beat it personally. I was too frustrated.
Well, Tom, what were you were talking about? A Skater XL.
Yeah. I mean, just pulling off the tricks in that game feels really rewarding, especially since it makes it extra complicated. Playing online is pretty good because I also had my other buddy pick it up. I hope it gets more content down the line because right now it's like kind of barren. But for $30, I mean, I think that was a steal because I got it on sale because of the whole big Black Friday sale. There's so many good games out right now, by the way, guys, on sale.
So many bad games on sale too.
There
I was
is that.
thinking about
There
getting
is
Port
that.
Royale, honestly. That's on for like $12-13 in Canada here.
I have Port Royale for the 360, I think. Like a really old
They
one.
have one that's like I was going through the thing yesterday and it was like Series X and S enhanced. I was like, whoa.
Really?
I could shoot some cannons. I think it's Port Royale 4 or something.
But besides that, I mean, the only other game really is Halo, which we're probably going to touch on a little later. So I'm going to hold my talks about that later.
Yeah, good call there. Garrett, what have you been playing? You don't have Thanksgiving tomorrow. Canadians are free to do whatever they want.
You guys technically are too. Well, okay.
What you been playing?
All right. I've been playing Jurassic Park. That like I've been sticking in the challenge mode. And like it is just my ignorance after a while about like I underestimate how quickly things could go wrong in that game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be like $10 million up or whatever the whole little figure, 10 billion or whatever it is in that game up.
Yep.
And I'll be like, okay, everything's going good. I'm getting 300 grand a second. And then I'll just be like, okay, I'm just going to run and make some mac and cheese. Right. And then like velociraptors or something will get out.
He's literally describing the meme from Community where what's it? Childish Gambino. What's his real name?
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover. Yeah, he leaves, comes back with the pizzas, and everything's on fire. It's literally the meme you're describing.
Yeah, it's pretty much that. Like it can't be more than like 15 minutes that I was gone for. But like everything will just go so chaotically bad. And like one time I came back and like somehow I just opened up like an ocean exhibit, but I forgot to put food in there. It's like I came back and like my giant whale thing that I used half of my profit for was now on land dying, suffocating like 50 people. And it's just like,
did you save them?
No, and their families can sue a lot. So like the dinosaur died, so it was like a horrible investment. And then like, oh god, it just went so horribly. And because it's challenge mode, you just go bankrupt. And the second that you're in the red, you can't be in the red for like more than 30 seconds. So cumulatively, that is literally a blink. 30 seconds when you're going from like losing 15 grand a second, like what are you supposed to do to stop that hemorrhaging? Then you lose and you have to start all back over again. And it's just like, oh.
I think you need to manage your parks better. I think that's
no, like I do pretty good. Like there's must be some mechanic between 1 and 2 that like I'm missing and not getting.
Can't you
like maybe I'm not
button?
like Yeah, you do, but like after like a while, it's just like you want to invest in because some dinosaurs they don't like being released by themselves. So if you have to release like let's say six brontosaurs, like long neck, don't know, not sure if I'm saying it right. There could be like
Yeah.
different thing on it. But let's say you want to release four of those. Each of those are $1.4 million. So you got to release four of them together. You got to hire a genetic scientist, bring them over to the lab, make sure they're not too tired to do this job, convince them to make the eggs, pick which eggs because they all have different dominant traits and whatnot, and then raise all them up. So like each big releasing of the dinosaurs is a more considerable investment. So like let's say when I released the giant water thingy, I forget what its name is. It started with an M. It was the one from the movie. I was so proud. But
Megalodon. I don't
yeah,
know.
it took like 2 hours of like saving up money to release this thing, and like yeah, it was going to make me a billion trillion dollars, but yeah, it just you could mess up huge, but it's still a hell of a lot of fun. Best park
Okay.
simulator, I think.
I'm not a park. So everything you're describing to me sounds like micromanage. Like if I hate being micromanaged, and I don't want to micromanage when I'm playing a game, but that sounds like micromanaging simulator to me.
Eh, it sounds like any park sim, to be honest.
It's probably why
You've
I don't
never
play
been a
park
park sim?
sims.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a park sim guy. Don't really get it. I
I
don't
don't
really
know. I
get
think
any of those
I've
types of
always
games.
liked them ever since my first job. Ever since that first time, you're like, I think I could do it better.
I can run Jurassic World better.
Yeah, I
And
could
then
do
he
this shit, but
then he
apparently I
tries.
can't.
Yeah, then he tries, and in fact, he cannot run
Yeah,
Jurassic
I
World
can't
better.
even get to the Jurassic Park volume of like failure because like I fail way too early. I'd never be able to get that big.
That's funny. He still doesn't show you as online for me on Xbox. So everyone, he's lying. He hasn't played this game in a week.
I have played it. I just
So
went
No,
back offline because like
yeah,
I
he
went
he
online
hides
again. And I'm
himself.
like,
Can you
no,
stop doing that, by the way?
no, it's not
what are you
that.
hiding?
It's two, three of my friends that like always like how you've had friends that are online and like you play with them, then there's the other ones who you've always played with,
Mm-hmm.
and it almost gets slightly what's the correct word for
Awkward.
this? Awkward. Like there's no more social restraint there, so they'll just like chain party invite you. So
Oh,
yeah, there's a lot of the time that I don't like. I could take a picture. I probably bet you I have at least 60 people online right now.
I don't even have 60 friends on Xbox.
I don't have any like. There's never more than like 3 or 4 people online at any moment for me.
I
So
think
I
I
don't
usually
know.
like 6 or 7
Halo's
is like the max.
Halo's actually pretty exciting because like when that came out, there's been like a lot of people who've been offline for like 3-4 years, and they're just like,
Coming
boom,
back. Wow.
back.
They
so
just
you
dig out,
they were
How is
hiding just like you,
PS4,
but
bud?
they needed a group.
they just
Yeah,
dig out the Xbox One. It's like
yeah.
covered in dust.
Yeah.
You've been playing anything else besides Jurassic?
Well, Jurassic Park, Halo, but we've all agreed to talk about that later.
Yep.
And then, like I've the new Minecraft updates coming out at the end of the month. We all know that you hate it, Kev. Let's say what you want to say. Nothing. Okay, good.
No, no,
But
I'm a refrain. I'm a refrain.
yeah,
All you
no, I've been checking
Minecraft
out the.
go join your go enjoy it.
No, I was checking out their new terrain generation, and like honestly, it is cool. I could show you some stuff later, Tom, because you're more interested. Me and my buddies were just like roaming around in the new experiments before the official update comes out. And like we found like floating towns pretty much that have like a cave like at a 45-degree angle underneath of it. So it's like the town's in like a bowl floating up. It's pretty sweet.
Interesting. Yeah, I saw there was a lot of updates. And apparently, like they made gold like the most useless thing now. Apparently, right? Or there's like a new
Oh,
ore.
well, from what I get, it is like it's called the Caves and Cliffs update. So like they expanded the world, the buildable limit 64 blocks down and 64 blocks up.
So now I have
And
to
that
mine even further down. Great to start my straight
uh
line. That's
well,
wonderful.
no, because strip mining is the second thing that's obsolete.
Oh shit. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because how they work now with the whole second part of it, the caves or first part, or caves. Sorry. It was they made it so that there's more material, but it's closer, or there's fewer material, but it's closer to the actual cave walls. So you're more inclined to, instead of digging down to 11 and strip mining for 10,000 blocks in every direction, you could just like go out and actually build like a little camp and find like a natural cave system and do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll probably still strip mine because I like,
Yeah, it
I
looks
like
cool after a while.
Yeah.
We still talking about Minecraft. I'm falling asleep here. Oh my lord.
Yeah,
Ooh,
but
Minecraft.
that and some more Forza, of course.
Oh,
Gotta
yeah.
go in and do your lucky spins.
I don't even know how I forgot to mention that one too. Obviously, I have been playing Forza as well.
Yeah. You got any more, Garrett, or should I round this out?
I think that's about it. Like I played some Hades when my buddies were over. I showed them that. I can still get past the first boss every time, but that's about it. I poop out after that.
I still haven't even played Hades.
I'm gonna tell you guys a game I want to play.
Hmm.
I want to go buy the new Pokemon Pearl game. I think what is it,
No.
like Brilliant Pearl?
No, you don't.
Why are you
Yes,
like
I do.
No. Mediocre reviews, man. You see that?
Yeah.
Why would I don't see what would you hate about it? It's Pokemon. If you played that game in the past, it's gonna be the same exact game. What do you mean?
I think I've kind of come to the realization that like I'm bored of the Pokemon
Yeah,
formula.
Pokemons need to step up.
And that's
Not even bored of their formula, but they just need to like how do you say mature it without saying adult? Like I say mature and everyone thinks that I'm talking about Pokemon with bikinis. I don't mean that. I'm talking about more rugged figures with a bit more of a natural catching thing, and make it so that you could Nuzlocke the game.
I'm excited.
No, make it so that you could
Arceus.
Nuzlocke your game.
Yeah,
first off, that
Arceus is what you're looking for, Garrett.
Yeah, Pokemon Arceus in January. That's when I'm hopping back in. But
yeah, but they have that whole thing where it's just throw the ball at them over and over again. Nah, like I'm thinking a game where like you could get 6 moves that you could put onto the controller, and you actually become like the Pokemon. Or like,
I mean, there's a Pokemon
instead of a dude shouting moves.
Yeah, Pokken tournament is what you're looking for.
Yeah, but I'm still like thinking like the traditional, you go out and build up an arsenal of people, right? But you just have like a lineup of fighters that you are instead of the trainer just shouting out the next move.
Yes, Mystery Dungeon is what you're looking for.
Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. You play as the Pokemon and you go out and gather up your homies.
But it's not as much action as like you're explaining.
Yeah.
But similar enough.
But
I'm just saying that they should mature it up.
It's a good game. Don't be hating, is what he says. Smitty Schmidt, shout out, says, "Gotta catch them all." I most certainly do not. I didn't even catch them all in Pokemon Shield. No,
I didn't either.
I'm done with this.
I did not either.
There's too many of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot.
It's like 900 Pokemon at this point.
And Dredgy was pretty OP. Or
who?
Dragapult, the little lizard, the ghost dragon dude.
Okay, yeah, that's the newer one.
That you involve him and he's got like a Harrier jet or whatever, your stealth jet for a forehead. Yeah.
He looks sick, by the way.
That guy was OP as all hell.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He was a ghost dragon Pokemon. You couldn't hit him, and then like he had a counter to everything. It was ridiculous.
I'm not the Pokemon expert here. I fell off after Gen 3 or 4. No, 4 is the remakes right now. So 3, right? So I fell off after 3, and then I picked up with Shield. Shield was fine. But I haven't been enticed to pick up Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Maybe if they go on sale, but they're not on sale. I'll round out what you're playing. And honestly, I haven't played much this week. I've played Halo, which we're going to touch on. So I'll talk about the end of last week. I've been playing Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning. It was the PS Plus game this month. And he's something on my PlayStation 5 now that I beat all the Sly Cooper games. And this game I will describe as if you take Skyrim and you take Fable 1 and you like put them together and they made a little baby, but that baby didn't quite like develop all the way. It's still like a fetus.
Okay. I was waiting for the catch on that. I was like, no, don't you talk that promising.
No, yeah, it sounds
don't you say this.
super promising, but it never fully developed. It like embryo, fetus, and then just stopped. And I'm like, all right, I'm enjoying the game, but it's kind of just like quest simulator, and it's not even like good quests. It's like talk to this person, they ask you to go get something or kill somebody, and then there's a circle that appears on your map. You run to the circle, do it, then you go back. And I'm just like, this is the game. This is all the game is. I'm putting on a podcast and just like doing a bunch of quests, but like the combat is pretty fun. So like the loop doesn't bore me. There is a story which I barely touched because there's 9,000 side quests. I've done like 3 main missions, which I do like the story. It's very fantasy world-esque. Like you were brought back to life. You don't know like how you're alive, but you being brought back to life has given you like magic powers and whatnot. You're trying to stop a war between like some magical, I don't know, a bunch of civilizations. I'm not really that deep into it. It seems interesting enough. I can't explain it all right now, but I keep getting like quests or like faction quests, and I'm like, I gotta do all the quests at once before I go on. And I'm just like, why am I doing this? Like, should I just progress? Because I looked it up on how long to beat, and it says this game is like 50 hours to do everything. But why I say it's like Skyrim is because like the open world and like the quest system kind of reminds me of that. But like the Fable aspect, this game straight up rips off some of the Fable UI. For when you like steal stuff, you know how in Fable you would go up to like a bookshelf and it'd say like loot, but it'd be like red because it's like you're gonna get like, and then has the little eye symbol if you're like visible or not, you're gonna get caught.
Yeah, it's pretty basic, bro, of the RPG system, though. It's not really stealing off Fable per se.
Well, listen, I remember from Fable, but it looks a lot like Fables. Like I know most games incorporate that somehow, but it just looks like they played Fable and were like, we're gonna bring this to our game. But I did one quest and I couldn't, like the AI, I don't know if he was glitched or what, but he would not turn around for me and like go to sleep. I was like crouched, sneaking into his room. And this sounds creepy, but like I had to steal something from his pocket. So he needed to go to bed and he just wouldn't go to bed. And I sat there for like 5 minutes and then I was like, all right, screw this. So I just grabbed it out of his pocket. He got mad at me and then I just killed him. And I was like, all right, no one will ever know. Like I'm doing mostly good stuff in this game, but this is like my one bad thing I did. And then I went into another building in the same town and the people are mad at me. They're like, they just know that I killed this dude in the next house over. And the problem is I had quests to turn into these guys that are mad at me, and they won't stop punching me till I return in the quest. I literally just stood there and let them beat me up, and I was like, all right, maybe they'll get it out. Maybe the cops will come at one point, so I can pay a fine, because that happened in another town when I got caught. I could just pay a fine. The cops never showed up. I stood there for 20 minutes. And there's like a trophy for parrying 50 attacks. So I just started parrying the villagers like attacks. And I was like, I'm just going to try to boost this until the cops show up. They never showed up. I wanted to turn the quest in, but like at this point it became obvious that was never going to happen. So I just murdered them and the quest failed.
Oh my God. You could have probably just left and came back later.
I did.
Yeah.
I fast traveled somewhere else. I came back. They were still mad at me. So like at that point.
What if you went to the nearest cop and like pushed them over?
There were no cops in this town.
That's why they were fighting you. They were defending themselves.
I know.
Yeah, they were defending themselves to the last breath. How dare you?
They wanted these hands, and they got the hands. And by hands, I mean my giant hammer, because I used a 2-handed hammer and smashed them to death.
There goes the quests.
Those quests are gone, but it is what it is. One of the quests was to bring someone like a potion to save someone else's life. So I guess that person's just gonna die because he wouldn't stop throwing hands, and I had to put him in his place. But like it's fun. I don't know if I'll try to beat it, like at least the main story. I don't know if I like how deep I'll get into it. I am enjoying it for now. Nothing else for me to really play on my PS5. The rumored PS Plus games for next month, not looking great. Unless you want to play some Godfall, which I do not. I do not want to play Godfall. Mortal Shell, which I also don't want to play, and then I think it was Lego Supervillains. So nothing for me to play. Continuing. Other than that, I played. Oh, you were like, there's so many good games on sale. You know, a game that was on sale that I bought that I shouldn't have is FIFA 22. I made a declaration. I was like, I'm not buying FIFA anymore. I didn't buy 21. I waited for it to come to Game Pass. I don't know if I bought 20 either. I can't remember. Probably. But I was like, I'm not going to buy 22. And then we bought 22 because our one friend didn't like Halo. So we were like, all right, we're going to buy 22 to play with him because he likes FIFA. And this game is bad. It's very rough. And like, I'm saying that as someone that's played every FIFA since like FIFA 11, this game needed more time in the oven. First of all, servers busted. They don't work half the time. There's just, you search and you don't ever find a game. It's unacceptable. EA doesn't care at all. There's like 250 plus posts on the EA. Smitty Smith. Oh no, not the FIFA. Damn, they got you. They got me hard. Yeah. So there's like 250 posts on the EA forums about how busted the servers are, and EA just hasn't responded. They just don't care at all. They're just like, yeah, we're.
If you don't listen enough, it'll just, it'll go away on their own.
Yeah. They're like, just buy our Ultimate Team packs. That's what we're looking for. We don't care about the other game modes. So I mean, the gameplay is a lot slower. Passing is way worse than the previous game. Like, I really don't understand how they continue to like, we're going to innovate and make the gameplay more fluid and better, and then somehow make it worse every year. It's really mind-boggling to me. I'm so glad I didn't pay real money for this, because I used a Amazon gift card to buy an Xbox gift card, and then I bought it with that. So luckily, no money out of my pocket, but it is very frustrating to experience this. And besides Halo, that's all I've been playing. I haven't touched Forza this week. And I said last week, when Halo dropped, sorry, Forza, relationship over. Halo is Bay now. So we're done with what I've been playing. But as we've all been alluding to, we got thoughts on Halo, guys. We have lots and lots of thoughts. Yeah, you're right, Schmitty. Thank God I didn't pay for it. And that is not an understatement. If you're listening and you're on the, like, maybe I should buy FIFA, don't do it. Don't do it. But Halo, guys, we don't have any stories this week, so I can't do segue and then go into the library. We're just going to transition over to Halo Infinite progression talk. So we've all been playing it, and we have some thoughts. I know there's been a lot of online discourse about what everyone thinks. Tom, how are you feeling? Because I know last week when we had Mr. Boomstick on, he was talking about, we were talking about it. They said they were putting out something to remedy the situation, help improve it. We got that fix, and now we have the first event. What do you think about the current system in Halo?
It is trash. There's zero benefit for me to continue playing one game and slowly progressing. All it does is time lock the system, and not every game I'm gonna go through and try to do every single challenge that they throw at me. That's just not the way I play Halo. I really despise that system. I'd rather, fine, you're giving me some experience for doing one game. Cool. But I still want experience for me actually playing and putting in my own work. So it's just such a slog to level up. If you did nothing besides the daily challenge, what do you need? 1,000 points, right? So you need to play like 20 games, I think.
Yeah.
Unless my math is like completely wrong. It's still a really high number of games, or maybe 10 games.
No, you're right. It's 1,000, and so it's 20 games.
All right, yeah, so 20 games if you did nothing besides the one daily challenge every time. That is ridiculously slow. That is how they came up with this idea. I have no idea, but I have more complaints about this game. But we'll move on. I'll touch on that later.
Garrett, you've been playing. What's your current thought on it?
On the progression system?
Yeah,
I think they're gonna come out with something like when the game actually comes out. a facelift to it. They got to. Because he said it best. I think it's foul that you get the same amount of experience for just like a random game as a participant, or like on my second ranked game where like I somehow, you guys have seen me play, I am not the best, but I pooped on that other team. I was just running around in the ghost doing circles the whole time. I leveled everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And just like it's the same amount of reward.
Yeah. For real though.
And that really let me down. Like it was just like, dude, Halo's not about participation trophies. We invented the teabag.
Nah, that's twerking, bro. That's twerking.
Just don't stop. I sent you that picture out of horror this morning. I was like, oh my god. There was that and another one. I'll put it in the chat after I found. It was
Oh
so
man.
bad.
Yeah, no. So I've been playing Halo, not as much as I would have liked. A little busy this week, vacation and the holidays taking over. But Halo Infinite's progression for me is downright awful. It's incredibly disheartening to get on and not even get one level after like an hour and a half of playing. And yes, they did add the complete a match and you just get that one over and over and over, 50 XP every match. Yeah, great. That's helpful. I'm not saying it's not helpful. Like 343 listened a little bit and we were more hopeful last week, I think, when talking with Mr. Boomstick, that would really help speed things along. It has helped a little. It's still a snail's pace. I'm pretty sure I'm still level like 6. It's incredibly slow. And then I think my bigger issue, and we touched on this last week, is that the weekly challenges, I have a major issue with these because they're just forcing people to play like a certain way, and that's detrimental to the overall experience. I have one right now. It's like get 5 kills with a battle rifle. That one is good. Like I like using the battle rifle. I would probably look for that anyway. So that's not really inhibiting my experience. But when you get one where it's like get 2 kills with a rocket warthog, or you get 15 kills with one of those little dumb pistols or whatever, then people are like, oh, well, I got to go do that. So they're going out of their way, ignoring objectives, ignoring kills to try to get these certain weapons and play this certain way. It's not working. It's very frustrating.
Like, I feel if it was a battle royale or simple Slayer, these make a lot more sense. But like you said, we don't need people doing isolated tasks in the middle of Griffball.
Yeah, it's
or whatever it's called.
Incredibly frustrating. On top of the fact that you can't pick your playlist still, which I'm almost certain they're going to fix. Like I understand that isn't the biggest issue for me. It's very annoying because people are not playing objectives. It's so annoying to get like oddball. And hey, you know what you should do in oddball? Guard the person with the skull. You know what you shouldn't do is, oh, we got the ball. Let's sprint to the enemy base and try to kill them. Like, where are you going? You are leaving the person that you were meant to protect. You know what you should do in Capture the Flag? Capture the flag. It's in the title.
See, one thing I want to say about that.
But like, okay, go ahead.
I had that same exact issue whenever I was playing social games. But then once I switched over to just straight ranked the entire time, I had zero issues with actual like game modes that have like objectives. Since that's more geared to people who actually want to play the game in like a more competitive fashion, and losing is going to be a big hit to your rank.
I hear you. And we tried rank and it went like, I'm not good enough to play ranked is the problem. I just got destroyed and like,
really?
Yeah, no.
So I think
I thought it was like the middle ground between bot camp and big team. I thought it was like way easier than big team games.
What you need to do is probably just complete your 10 games so you get placed, and then you'll be playing against people who like are in similar like skill levels as you, so it'll probably be a little better for you in that way. Like when I did it, I got to like Diamond 3.
Okay.
So I mean, I enjoy it. It's fun. The progression on that's fun, but the main game's progression and the battle pass progression's just hot garbage.
Yeah, we hopped into rank. Mayday Bomber, my brother, for anyone that doesn't know, rubbing it in and saying I was the only one who went positive. LOL. Factual. Yeah, he was the only one in rank that went positive. I was massively negative when we tried playing some ranked games. Maybe at some point, maybe now that I've played a little more, we can hop back in. But I wanna touch on the event that's currently going on. It went live yesterday at 1 p.m. Eastern time, I believe. It is I forget the exact name of it. The Tenray, is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
you got like the samurai looking armor.
Yeah, it's the samurai armor event. There's a lot of controversy here, guys. Before I get your opinions, I want to bring in the chat who we asked about the battle pass. Mayday Bomber says currently I have no Fiesta challenges, so I can't progress in the event. The battle pass and event challenge system is not good, needs to be reworked. Schmitty Smith says it's all right for now, but I'm hopeful of some changes. So it definitely needs work, guys. But the event, it's a completely, for anyone that doesn't know, the event is a completely different battle pass. You still make progress on the main battle pass that you have, but now you have a different 30-tiered event battle pass, and you can only progress that one with specific event challenges. Tom, how are you feeling about this event?
I have not played yesterday at all.
Oh, okay.
So I heard about the event. I read that it doesn't have like the daily challenges, and the challenges that they are throwing out there are way different than the ones that we've been getting normally. So just based on from what I've read, I already know it's going to be a pain in the ass, and I have no interest in playing this just to even get the armor.
Really? So you can get the armor at rank 5. You can get the main armor. You can get all the accessories for the armor throughout the battle pass. Garrett, have you jumped into this event? What are your initial thoughts?
Not at all. I worked extra to make it to the show. So
okay. Well, I played the event yesterday because I want that samurai armor, even though most people it's early in the game. We're all going to be looking the same. I don't think they could have implemented this much worse than they have, because you can only progress. You can only progress in the event by doing the event challenge, and you get one event challenge at a time, and it takes up a slot of your weekly. So you don't get 3 weeklies for the main battle pass anymore. You get 2 and then 1 event one. So it slows down, but it's in the same progression. So if you complete an event 1, you might not get another. You might have to do another one, slowing you down. It's very frustrating. I got one that was literally just win a Fiesta match. And that's the game mode. It's a Fiesta is the playlist you have to play for the event. And it's basically gun game from Call of Duty, where you start with random weapons and random equipment. And then it's Slayer after that. And that's fine. Like, the game mode itself is fine. It's a little frustrating when you get garbage, like weapons you don't enjoy. But overall, I'm having a fun time playing that. But I had one that was like, win a Fiesta game. It took me 4 matches, which is about half an hour to even get that. So I played for half an hour and then got 1 challenge done, and that was about half the rank. So then I got one. It was play 2 Fiesta games. So there I'm what, 45 minutes in, and I've gotten 1 rank. I just don't understand how they expect you to progress when you have to put hours and hours to get anywhere in this.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what this game has been geared toward. It's to push you into buying the skips for everything in the game, whether it's the battle pass, whether it's the event battle pass. You want a cool looking color on your armor? Well, you got to buy that shit if you want it. This game, they focused on monetization, and
343. You got to give us a good tease before you fuck us. I mean,
I know I messed up too, though. And we're trying to cut back on swearing, but this
Halo doing it to you guys. Halo doing it.
Yeah. Like, I think last week we were good. I don't think we had even one miss up.
No, I was pretty good.
That's all right, guys. It's all right. Keep going. You're going, Tom.
But yeah, it's all for monetization. And honestly, I'm not even gonna put the blame on 343 on this. I'm gonna give this blame on Microsoft. They know exactly what they were doing. They wanted to release this game as a free-to-play product. and just monetize it as much as possible to probably try to reimburse a lot of the investment that they put into Halo Infinite. Even though we're getting a separate game for a campaign, which I'm sure that's gonna be like, the saving grace for me for Halo. At its current state, Halo Infinite needs a lot of work progression wise. Like the colors, that should be something we can unlock. I don't know why they went like the Destiny route where, you have to progress through the battle pass to get these other colors, or and there's no other way to get them besides the battle pass. Mm-hmm. There's no do X challenge and you get this color. At least that gives me something to like motivate me to finish a specific challenge. Even if the challenge is like get 1,000 kills, at least I know, okay, once I hit 1,000 kills, I'm gonna get this cool color and I'm gonna be excited for it. But as it stands now, there's like zero. There's nothing to it besides battle pass.
I think we're seeing a few people. I know Tom Warren over at The Verge and a few others have already come out and been like, I'm putting Halo Infinite down until there's some changes to this progression system, because they are experiencing playing for 5 hours and making barely any progress. Like my Spartan has not changed since I logged into the game. I haven't unlocked anything for me to change my Spartan. It's a waste of my time. Well, it's not a waste of my time. Like I really enjoy the game. Like it's fun. The gameplay is immaculate, but the progression is very frustrating. And that is the thing that is driving the game down. And I understand 343's hearing the feedback, and obviously they're working on it. They have this week off for Thanksgiving and the holidays, which is well earned, obviously. But when they get back in the office, I think we need to see some quick turnaround on these changes. Otherwise, people might start dropping the game. Like it's a big concern of mine that the progression is going to lead to a decline in players.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the way it is now, it feels more like it should have been, a battle royale with the kind of progression they're throwing onto this thing.
I mean, I hate battle passes, and I've made that very clear. Like the whole idea of having to grind away at something is frustrating to me. I would much rather like buy what I want, but not at these prices. I'm not paying $20 for an armor. Like that is absolutely ridiculous to me.
Did you buy the premium battle pass?
No, I haven't. My thinking with the premium battle pass is I'm going to, because the season goes to May, which is incredibly long. So I'm going to play and see how far I can get in the battle pass. And then maybe I'll buy it after the fact and just unlock everything. Because you still unlock it, you just have to buy it to actually be able to use it. So if I get far enough and there's stuff I want in it, sure. But this first battle pass doesn't really, like, I looked through it and I was like, there's nothing here I'm really like, oh my God, I need to spend money to get this.
I mean, there's some sick Halo Reach outfits in there.
Listen, I like Halo Reach, but it was never my favorite. I'm not the ride or die for Halo Reach guy.
Disappointed. You've been kind of quiet over there. What do you think?
Me? They need to add firefight and
firefight.
Yeah, I've been missing firefight, and it's probably the one thing that me and my buddies were saying that we need the most of.
Are you a horde mode guy in Gears too?
I've never really been too much of a Gears person, but I'm guessing I would be.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I maybe have played Firefight like 2 times in my life.
Yeah, but other than that, the Foundry, they need to get in gear for that. Like if that's the only way that we'll get Infection or the more funner side of Halo.
You do meant Forge.
Forge, yeah.
Yeah, you were saying Foundry, yeah, which is like the sick Halo 3 Forge map. So I get why you made that mistake.
Yeah.
Forge is coming in the summer, I believe, now.
Yes.
Yeah, that's too long. You need it like opening week.
And it makes me wonder, how, there's no way in hell that this game, I get they delayed it because of the campaign and maybe some of the technical issues on that front. But are you telling me that there wasn't a whole dedicated team just for the multiplayer aspect of this and couldn't get this stuff ironed out and pumped out at launch? It should be there December 8th. Forge should be there without a doubt December 8th.
Yep.
I can live without Forge. It's campaign co-op that I'm really going to be missing come December 8th.
See, I'll play campaign myself anyways, but
but campaign co-op. The absurdity with your friends is half of Halo campaign.
And campaign, like from what we've seen, looks pretty tailor-made for co-op. Like the open environments, the way you can approach missions different ways. Like co-op seems like it was made for this game, and it's crazy to me that it's not launching with it.
Like imagine you and your buddy going into like a base in the Warthog, then like you hop out of the gun, then use like the cable to vault off a rock into the base, and like he busts over the rock, then jumps over to the guns and start pelting things. Made for it. Yeah. Beautiful.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, listen, not to go off on a campaign tangent, but if we bring it back to the multiplayer, I think we're all in agreement. Major changes need to be made. I'm still gonna play it. Like don't
get me wrong. What's there is fun as all hell.
Yeah,
but like they could be doing a lot better.
They could certainly be doing a lot better. The Fiesta challenges, they need to fix this. I'm gonna end on one note from Midday Bomber. It says, for comparison to other battle passes, Genshin Impact's new battle pass went live last night. I'm ranked 10 in it already, and they cap weekly experience. And that's another thing. I don't know if we mentioned. You can only progress, I think, to rank 7 in the event battle pass. It might be less than that. Actually, it might be 5. It might be 5. So there is a weekly cap on how far you can progress in the event, because they're bringing it back 6 times throughout season 1, which goes till May. So it's here this week until next Tuesday or Wednesday. It'll be back in January. Then it'll be back in like February, March, April, and then it'll end. So you can only do 1 week in each of those months, and you can only progress a certain rank in each of those weeks, meaning you literally cannot finish it and complete the armor set unless you grind out every week max.
That is horrible for people that work.
That is like, what if this week was the week that you had all the free time and you're like, oh,
right?
I can definitely finish this week. Perfect. Oh, wait, no, I can only get to level 5. It doesn't come back till what? January? Oh, I can't play that month. I'm going to be on a business trip. It's stupid.
Yeah, imagine oil workers or people in the logging industry, anyone who has a camp-based job.
Yeah, the event I know the regular battle passes never expire. So like, right, we can work on any battle pass at any time. So like this one in 2 years, I could be like, oh, I want to go back and finish that one and pull it up. But the events, they haven't really said that those we are going to be able to go back to at any point, or maybe they're going to like reshuffle them in. At the current moment, as it stands, all I know is that we have 6 weeks and you can get to rank 5. You have to do up to rank 5 in that week in order to complete the pass. And that's if you want everything in the pass. I was like, oh, I'm on vacation this week, but you know what? I'm very busy this week. I have the girlfriend's birthday. We went away on vacation. We have Thanksgiving. I'm not going to have time to grind out as much as I would have wanted this week for Halo Infinite. So at where it stands, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish the pass. I just don't think I'm going to have time. And that is just week 1. Like after week 1, I'm like, oh, well, I'm not going to beat it. Like even if I grind out the rest of the weeks, which maybe I can do, maybe I won't. Who knows what I'm going to be doing then, It's very frustrating. It's very frustrating. I don't know what they're thinking, especially because they made all these promises beforehand and they were like, we're not going to do this to you. We've seen other battle passes, and
it's like instead of taking all of the good from everybody else's battle passes, they took the bad.
I just like did no one
overpriced?
QA this for
check. Them? Time lock? Check. Quest check? Check. Only participation awards for playing in the game? Double check.
You have to think when 343 does these kind of things, they're like, oh, this is a new trend, battle passes. Let's put it in the game. And they made it as bad as possible. Think about Halo 5, what they did with their card system.
I just don't.
They didn't even pull that off well.
You know what's worse though is the fact that like Microsoft has other games with really good battle passes.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves.
I was gonna say Sea of Thieves is a very like celebrated, like this is how you do a battle pass.
Yeah.
Forza's pass isn't nearly as bad from what I've seen, what I've experienced.
Yeah, actually, wait a second. 343. Just give the
Master
progression
Chief Collection
system over to Rare, and you'll be fine.
Just give the whole game to Rare.
Not the whole game. Just the progression system. Just give them the season pass. They'll show you how to do your wacky fun skins, and yeah.
Or just implement the progression system you had from Master Chief Collection. Why did you change it? What was like? You should have taken Master Chief Collections and just made it better.
Didn't they have a battle pass in that game?
Yes, they did. But like what I'm saying is like take the Master Chief one and make it so like, hey, you know when we said you're not gonna have to grind, like not gonna have a time limit to really like miss out on these items.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that. Everything else is gonna be the same. I think people would be completely happy with that.
Yeah, I forgot they even had a battle pass, but I know I didn't have any complaints on MCC. So for sure, how do you do a good job once and then mess up the second time?
It's crazy to me, guys. That's really all I have to say on Halo Infinite. I got a little worked up. Any closing thoughts before we move on to the last topic of the show?
No, but that was like a good half an hour tangent, wasn't it? How long were we going on that? If the random person is first time listening to this, they're like, these guys hate Xbox.
These guys hate Xbox. They hate Halo.
The last year we've just been pumping it up. No, I don't know. The progression system could use a lot of work. There, final point said, done.
For sure. Well, for the last topic of the show, we're just gonna briefly have a little fun discussion. It's Thanksgiving, and us as a podcast, we're thankful for everyone that listens to us. There's your corny statement out of the way, but we're gonna go around the room in the spirit of the season and just say a few things in gaming that we're thankful for. It can be games anytime, any year. It can be services. It can be literally anything related to gaming. Tom, this was your topic, so I'm gonna throw it over to you first.
All right, so I'm gonna go with a game that I'm thankful for, and it's because this game made me a whole lot of friends. Halo 3. When this game dropped when I was in high school, like this was like my freshman year probably in high school. I had no friends still, but man, once Halo 3 came out and everyone was talking about Halo 3, it was so easy to connect with like a bunch of my classmates and just like create this like mega huge group of just players who play Halo 3 together every night after school, sit in school and just talk about Halo 3. Yeah, I feel like the social aspect that game brought into my life was just like impeccable, and I cannot be any more thankful for it.
It's a good shout. That's a very good one. Halo 3, obviously most people's favorite, I would say. Halo 2 is mine personally. I think Halo 2 is the best. Garrett, you're Canadian, so you don't have Thanksgiving this week, but you did have Canadian Thanksgiving, as we call it. You guys probably just call it Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's just the earlier Thanksgiving. That's it.
Yeah, is it still the same like reason? Do you guys have Thanksgiving for the same reason we have Thanksgiving, like the Pilgrims or like the Native Americans?
I'm pretty sure we just say it's like the first people who came to the country instead of the Pilgrims. You guys are really all gung ho on the people with the funny hats.
Well, Thanksgiving these days kind of has a negative connotation with it. The whole Europeans coming over.
Yeah, you guys are doing a weird thing right now. Let's not get into that. This is an Xbox podcast, not political discourse. But
what are you thankful for up there
I would
in Canada?
have to say the whole Xbox brand for getting us or helping at least my household get through COVID. If it wasn't for all of its services and being able to like pick up your game on another console, on another TV in your house,
Mhm.
so that like a couple people can watch a movie in your family room. I don't know. People would have been hurt this pandemic, I think, if it wasn't for gaming as a whole. But like Xbox brand for my household. Mainly.
And the Game Pass.
Yeah, and Game Pass. Yeah.
That's why Game Pass was one that I had in mind for sure, just because like I was thinking of all the games I've played this year. It's like, what am I thankful for? It's like the PS Plus collection, you know, as someone new to the PlayStation ecosystem, letting me go back, play the exclusives that I actually cared about. That is great. I got to play God of War. I picked up Persona 5 Royal, even though Persona 5 is in the collection, which I'm going to play the better version. But Until Dawn, experiencing those games was a joy, making me, you know, not dish out extra money. That's like the best part of having a PS Plus subscription, is that collection, because let's face it, their monthly games, not great. But Game Pass on the Xbox side is certainly something that has allowed me this year to play more games than probably ever. I was thinking the Xbox Museum's going on right now. And I probably say museum weird because I say Zam instead of Zium or whatever you guys, you know, how to appropriately pronounce it.
Okay, yeah. Tom, you picked up on that too. That's definitely not just a me thing going on.
Yeah, I say museum.
I'm pretty sure I say it the same exact way like him.
Oh, is upstate New York represent? Upstate New York represent.
So you don't go to the museum, you go to the museum.
That's exactly what I say.
Yeah, I go to the museum. Yeah, and I say eggs and milk. So we got a few weird pronunciations.
You say milk?
Milk.
See, no, I don't say that. That's not an upstate thing. That's a Kevin thing.
He seems like and egg. I just pretty sure you said eggs like a regular human being.
No, I say eggs.
Okay, eggs.
No, eggs.
Okay.
Okay. You broke
right.
Garrett.
Yeah, like all I'm hearing is the same thing twice.
Well, Garrett, I'm scheduling you an ear appointment.
But apparently.
Game Pass has let me play more games than ever this year, and introduced me to a lot of great games that I would have never gave the chance to otherwise, like Dodgeball Academia. I would have never played that game if it wasn't on Game Pass, and I 100%ed it. I think it's a phenomenal little indie RPG. A Plague Tale, which is probably one of my favorite games of all time. Definitely my top 10 list. I only played because that was on Game Pass. There's just so many games on there that I'm like, it's free. I'm going to try it out. And then you like fall in love with the games and you're like, these are phenomenal. I don't understand like how I haven't heard about these, how they're not marketed more, how more people aren't talking about these. So I know we talk about Game Pass all the time, but it really is like something that I can't imagine not having as a gamer. It would be very, very sad to lose. But I'm gonna go around one more time, and then we'll probably wrap the show up. Tom, what's your last? What are you thankful for in gaming?
Oh man, I didn't even think about a second one. I thought about a
one. You what? there's a two.
It's your topic.
Oh,
I'm claiming Canadian status on this one. Nope.
You're claiming Canadian status.
Yeah.
Okay. I plead the fifth. No, I have to throw another one out there. One of my longtime games that I brought up so many times was RuneScape, and I just have to like everything that I'm thankful for is like really just about friends and the people that I met along the way. So even though this isn't a game that I really play anymore, I've made some amazing friends on there, like that I still reach out to this day. One who I talk to pretty much daily, and it's amazing how this like online game specifically allows you to meet so many different people out there, and you connect with them and you make some actual like really good friendships out there. So just pretty much that. I'm thankful for every friend I've ever made, pretty much, and like in online gaming, who I still reach out to and connect with.
Garrett, you pleaded Canadian, so we can skip you.
Yeah, perfect.
It's you don't celebrate real Thanksgiving.
Ooh, what? Yeah, I'm guessing we don't market it as well, but Whatever.
Do you guys even
Guess
eat a
it's
turkey?
American.
Yeah,
You guys
dude,
even eat turkey?
yeah.
Turkey or
Turkey.
ham, typically.
Ham.
Ham's for Christmas.
Really? I thought it was interchangeable.
Mm-mm. Turkey and ham
Both
on
seasons.
no
I've
turkey
seen
and ham are interchangeable on Christmas. Thanksgiving is turkey.
What? Okay.
There are
Alright.
rules to engagement here. Okay.
Doesn't have to be a turkey. You're vegan. What are you talking about? You don't eat turkey.
But he knows the
Like-
rules. He knows the rules for everyone else.
My last thankful for is Super Smash Brothers. Masahiro Sakurai, thank you for this wonderful gift of a game to the universe. If Ultimate is the last one, I'm completely okay with that. Although I would love another one. Maybe one with a little less characters, less projectile spamming, but love everything that you have given us. So thank you, Mr. Masahiro Sakurai, and thank you for bringing my beloved boy to the game after 20 years. He's finally here. Go.
This is emotional. I have to go.
Those were fake tears, if anyone's wondering.
For sure.
Yeah. That's it, guys. That's all we got for this week's episode. A little shorter side since there's no news.
Go check out the Xbox Museum. We know nothing about it though.
Yeah, go check out your Xbox Museum. My most played game ever apparently is FIFA 14, and I've gotten more achievements this year than ever before by like 3 times as many. So it all adds up. But
yeah,
that's where we're gonna end it. Tom, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at AlpacaTom. And I guess if you guys want to add me on Halo, maybe we can play some Halo together on Xbox. Way too greasy on there.
Garrett, where can they find you?
Wayworn G on Twitter, here in Xbox. Let's play some games.
And I've been Kevin, aka the Muffin Mon. That's a 1 instead of an I and an O instead of an A. Everyone, thank you for watching. We will see you next Thursday. We're back at normal time. And if you're listening on audio, happy Thanksgiving. Goodbye.
That was over now.